Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a quick look at how you can apply a SWOT analysis towards your business. I'll use the context of SWOT and apply it to a well-known company so that you have a fair idea and understanding of how exactly it is used in today's business world. So I suppose a SWOT analysis can be described as a strategic planning tool used to evaluate the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of any business. So it helps to actually identify the internal and external factors that might impact your success. So I suppose you could say that it's quite unusual in the respect that it looks at both your internal and external capabilities. But I believe SWOT is a brilliant tool, and I suppose it's important to mention and remember that when you are analysing your company and using this tool, the strengths and weaknesses are the internal aspect of your business, whereas the opportunities and threats are going to be external to your business then. So in most cases you would actually conduct a PESTEL analysis before doing this. So PESTEL is an acronym for political, economic, social, technological, environmental and legal, and basically these factors accumulate the external environment. And based on the findings that you get from your PESTEL analysis, this will then go into the opportunities and threats of your SWOT analysis. I have conducted a video on PESTEL, which I will leave a link to this video within the description box below. But you can also find this on ProfileTree's YouTube. So I would advise you to head over there and check that out as well. So let's dive into the SWOT analysis then, in terms of looking at exactly what it means in each of the categories. So starting off with the strengths up at the top left hand side. So these are the areas of the business in which your customers value. So your strengths are what your customers value, what your employees actually believe that your company is good at. So basically these are the internal factors that give your business an advantage as well over others. And a way of identifying this is through comparing it to your competitors and pointing out exactly what you do differently or perhaps better than them. So I suppose these could be considered as the qualities or resources that are unique to the business and that you can leverage to achieve its goals. Over to the right hand side then is in terms of the weaknesses. So these are the internal factors that negatively impact a business's ability to achieve its goals. So within this factor you need to identify the areas of improvement within your business. So what do these look like then? So these are the areas that might limit your success, and there are different ways you can identify this. But one of the main ways is through having transparent communication with either your customers or your employees and receiving up-to-date, credible feedback on the areas of your business which you need to improve on. Moving on towards the left-hand side, towards the bottom of the categories, we have the opportunities then. So these are the external factors, as I mentioned, that a business can take advantage of in terms of trying to achieve its goals. So factors in which you want to consider here are the likes of your political, economic, social, technological, environmental and legal factors that have the potential to impact and offer opportunity in which you can exploit. So these are the favourable circumstances or trends that can be leveraged to drive growth and success within your business. And lastly then we have the threats. So threats are the external factors that might have a negative impact on your business's ability to achieve its goals. So there are many different factors that actually might pose a risk or challenge towards your business and that you should consider when developing a strategy towards the future development of your business. So it's going to be very important how you manage these potential threats, as these have the potential to either harm or cause disruption towards the future strategic plans of your business. So that's a quick overview of a SWOT analysis. And I suppose it's important to mention, so by evaluating these four factors, a business can gain deeper understanding of its internal and external environment and develop more effective plans and strategy towards achieving their goals. So in summary, SWOT is a simple tool which encourages management to consider all aspects of their business. But with this said, with the fast changing pace of the external environment that we find ourselves in, it is likely that the analysis can quickly become out of date. So the more up to date and the more you continue to carry the analysis out, this will actually effectively allow you to keep ahead of your competitors more effectively as well. So it's important to really bear that in mind. So you really want to be carrying this out on a gradual basis and really keeping up to date with the factors that can affect your business. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, we're going to be taking a look at a well-known company to apply a SWOT analysis to give you a good understanding of exactly how you might actually use it in the context of your own business. So the company that I've chosen to do this with is Apple. So I'm sure we're all pretty familiar with Apple. And a wee bit of brief background into the company just beforehand to give you an understanding is that Apple is an American multinational technology company headquartered in California, and the company was founded in 1976 by Steve Jobs and two others. So I suppose Apple is well known for its high quality and innovative products, including the iPhone, the iPad, Mac computers, Apple Watches, You know, there's many products out here. I'm sure we all probably have an iPhone sitting in front of us, or maybe a Mac, the majority of us anyway, or other consumer electronics and software products as well. So Apple really drive their success from being innovative, where they strive on releasing new products with new and improved features each year, and this really helps them keep their customers engaged, where their culture represents their motto in terms of thinking differently. So I suppose that goes to say Apple are brilliant at keeping ahead of their competitors by introducing new improved products and recognising what the future in terms of the demands of customers really wants and really desires for their business, and this allows them to be the most demanded electronic software provider in the world today then. So I'll apply the SWOT analysis to Apple to give you an understanding of what it means now. So when we think of Apple in terms of what their strengths are, in terms of how they differ or are better than their competitors, I suppose one of the main things is in terms of their high quality and innovative products, and that is one of their strengths. Also in relation to this, in terms of how diversified they are, in terms of their product line, the iPhone, the iPad, the Apple Mac, the Apple Watch and other accessories, you know, there's a broad range of products that they offer there that allows them to really engage with their customers and expand the Apple brand. And I suppose another 2 points are in terms of their strong financial position and large revenue streams. So this allows them to really expand their business and try out new things without being afraid to fail, I suppose, as well. And this also applies with their strong customer loyalty and brand image as well. So with Apple being established for some time now, this has allowed them to really engage with customers and ensure that their customers are constantly coming back and buying from their brand and business again and again. So over to the right hand side, in terms of weaknesses, you're probably thinking Apple don't really have any weaknesses for how successful they are and have become over the years. But I suppose one of the things that we can put down here is in terms of their high pricing strategy that makes their products pretty unaffordable for some customers. So the likes of the Apple is coming in a very high price. So this would leave some of the customers out of the range and who can afford these types of products, especially during a time when the economy is taking a hit as well. Also with Apple, they can actually become quite dependent on a limited number of suppliers for their key components. So as business leaders, we don't want to become dependent on one supplier in terms of who's supplying the majority of our resources, because if we are reliant and dependable on the supplier and something goes wrong, that will leave our business open to risk in terms of how we can satisfy the demand of our customers. So moving towards the bottom then, looking at opportunities, Nike have really been an example of a company who's used technology to exploit new opportunities and develop new ways to engage their customers, and they've done this through the development of new and innovative products such as the self-driving cars, or in relation to the augmented reality technology that they're introducing, allowing people to really engage with new ways and introducing technology to grow the business as well. And I suppose another point here is in terms of the growing demand for the subscription-based services such as Apple Music and Apple TV Plus. So Apple has been brilliant at diving into other industries and providing a service through the likes of Apple Music and Apple TV and other services too, to build up new revenue streams and grow the business even further by exploiting all opportunities. And moving on to the last point in terms of what threats are currently associated with Apple. So I suppose this could be in relation to the intense competition from the other tech giants that are currently existing within the industry. So the likes of Samsung, Huawei and even Google can cause a high threat to Apple in such a hyper competitive industry as well. As well as that, in terms of maybe stringent regulations and legal changes, especially with regards to data privacy. So in terms of digital transformation and exploiting technology, data privacy and data security has become the number one investment by businesses in terms of overall technology in today's business world. So this is obviously causing a threat to a lot of businesses, and one in which could cause a threat to Apple, and they would need to keep aware of this then. So that was just a brief summary of applying a SWOT analysis to Apple in terms of what they would need to keep in mind and what their future might look like. And this is totally different dependable on the business that you choose, or maybe what industry you're looking at, or even your own business. So it's important that you really get as much detail as possible into this and try and encourage transparent communication and get the involvement of maybe your key leaders within your business to take part in this overall analysis, and as this will give you clear view and clear understanding of what opportunities you could exploit or what threats you might need to defend against as well. So that concludes today's video, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you do have any questions in the meantime, don't be afraid to reach out to myself. My name is Lachlan Mallon with ProfileTree. I'll leave my email within the description box below, Or if you want to find out some more useful resources in around ProfileTree's YouTube content, I will leave some links to this within the description box below as well. Thank you for watching and have a brilliant day.